So when I was doing my Baker rifle video, I felt like I really immersed myself in the autism.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I would wake up autistic. I would watch YouTube videos about black powder autistically. I would even brush my teeth like autistically, like full autismo.
Autistic, huh?
Yeah. I was like terminally in the zone for like LARPing as, you know, Sean Bean from Sharp.
Full terminally online.
I guess, yeah.
Looking at the weapons on the Reddit pages.
Yeah?
Surprised you went there. Audience don't like that.
Well, what do you mean?
I'll give you an example. Brandon Herrera blew himself up with a Shinzo Abe gun. Looks autistic, not autistic. Second example. Scott, Kentucky Ballistics, shot himself with a 50 cal. Looks autistic, not autistic. He even shoots these big bore black powder guns. Not autistic. You went full autistic. You never go full autistic, man.
Gentlemen, welcome back to Administrative Results. Today I got something for you. I have always been curious what it is like to be on the receiving end of a black powder firearm. I have survived a number of different weapons on the flat range, getting shot at by them for science. And it's been a while since we've done this on the channel. I figured, why not do a little black powder on the receiving end? Is that kind of gay? Fellas, is it gay to be on the receiving end of black powder? Let's dive on in. Now, I have always been curious what it sounds like to get shot at by a musket and/or a musket rifle. And here today we have a handful of my collection of black powder muskets and/or musket rifles. They're all flintlocks to be particular. This one here is a Baker rifle. I have a whole video on it, and we got some others to go through. Now, if there's anyone I trust to shoot at me with a musket, it would be my dear friend Austin of Vintage Warfare.
What's going on, Hoss?
Not much, brother.
Yeah, it's me, John Brown from the new Delhi Gun Club.
The amount of times and giggles we've had off camera have been numerous. I have a runny nose that has led into a bloody nose, and I'm having a very good time. And Austin is going to shoot at me with some muskets, so I'm pretty excited. How you feeling?
Oh, hell yeah, liberal, I'm ready.
Do you have any experience with black powder muskets or anything like that?
Absolutely zero.
Wait, you said you were good to go with this.
Oh, I am.
God, dude, this bloody runny nose is killing me. I have like some kind of cold, but I'm not sick. The chemtrails are making me gay. So what we have going on is we have all of the muzzle loaders loaded, but not primed. What I want to do is have Austin give me a good baseline, and by me, I mean you guys as well. Got a suppressed 14.5 Geisley URGI upper here. It's what the experience is if you're fighting America. Like you would hear this sound. So I'm gonna go downrange. Austin is gonna rip off a few rounds while I'm up there, and we can see how that goes. Have at it, guys. Is this okay? Is this good?
Yeah, I think so.
Do I look safe?
Feel safe?
Not really. My wife loves these videos.
Hey, yo, Playboy.
What's up, blood?
You ready to get shot at?
Is Colton all ready to go?
He's on me.
Now, up first, we have the 14.5 Geisley URGI to see a modern analog of what this sounds like. Austin is about, I'd say 100 yards away from us at the moment, and he's going roughly for that target right there. I'm actually surprised to hear how loud that is with the RC2 on the can. It feels like he's much closer than he really is. Yo.
You alive?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Come here, you dang liberal! I'm cutting your ears off! Hey!
Now, what's crazy is I was like, you're 100 yards away. That RC2, it sounds like you're pretty close.
Really?
Like it felt like you were like shooting like from right there, and it was like tapping my ear, like with how loud it was.
Ew.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Get your juices flowing?
It did. The first shot startled me a little bit where I was like, oh. You know, but it wasn't like, compared to the MG42, it's not that bad.
I mean, imagine. Yeah, you survived that, you're fine with this.
This is like, you know, walk in the park.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see what the muskets or the muzzle loaders do sound like.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I think that would be a fun thing. Now you may be wondering, Admin, why are you putting yourself in harm's way, being downrange behind a little piddly dirt berm? And the answer is quite simple. Though we could use a camera to capture this audio, it's quite frankly not the same as the visceral human experience of being shot at by something. There is something tasty savory about getting to experience something that people throughout history have experienced, right? Granted, people have been shot at by 14.5 Geysers before, but I'm talking about more of the historical aspect, going back to when the muskets first came about, a black powder projectile coming at you. What is that like? How often do we get to experience that? If you're a reenactor, you're just shooting black powder off into the sky. It's not the same as getting shot at by something. So that's why I find it so interesting. Let us commence! All right, let's get comfy yet again in my little hidey hole. Okay, we're hugging the earth. We're hugging the earth. Now, while Austin loads up, I gotta give a big thank you to the people that make these videos possible. Americana Pipe Dream Apparel, fantastic young Zoomers getting after in the milsurf space and arena. They have a plethora of milsurf gear and equipment. Night vision, knives, manuals, e-bikes, expensive but fun if you want to rip around your neighborhood. I mean, you get to use them more than guns, statistically. They have fun Japanese weeb Hago no Kami knives if you want to like live out your samurai fantasies and maybe attract a Japanese woman, which I know some of you are all into that. Code ADMIN, get you 10% off your Americana Pipe Dream order. We also have to thank Optics Planet, the optics sponsor of the channel. The L-can you saw in the 14.5 was from Optics Planet. Big thank you to those guys. Lastly, we have Badlands Munitions, the ammo sponsor of the channel. Though they don't make musket balls, they make plenty of 5.56, 7.62, 9mm, and some really good ammo, and they're a local Arizona company, so a big thank you to those guys. Now we wait. POV, you're an Englishman in the colonies waiting to get shot at by a Virginia long rifle.
We got the Virginia long rifle, the musket, and the Baker. We're gonna try them all. We'll see if he's ready to get shot at. You ready?
I'm in cover. Proceed.
A little bit of powder. Ooh, that's a lot of powder.
Is it weird? I'm a little nervous. I feel more nervous for this than for the 5.56.
Hopefully that's enough powder. That should do.
I guess if there was anywhere to bleed out, this would be a hell of a spot.
3, 2, 1. Yeah, so that didn't work.
What happened?
Tried it like 3 times. Maybe I didn't put enough powder in it.
A little bit of technical difficulties, my lord.
The film is already rumored to be 1 month behind schedule, just 5 days into shooting.
Powder, patch, ball. Powder, patch, ball. Think it, dream it, do it. Incoming! All right. I wonder what was taking so long.
All right, you good over there?
Range is hot! Range is hot! Holy sh!
Holy shit. That worked.
That's actually insane. It's like a sound going by. It's not like the crack of a supersonic round. I almost wonder if it's like almost subsonic. It's just quiet, just flying through the air. That was a 54 caliber projectile for size reference. Next up should be the brown BESS is what they're saying, which is a 75 caliber projectile.
See, what I won't tell you, I picked this up from a Marcellata in Calcutta. Is there a safety on this thing?
Are you winning, son?
You ready for the second one?
Ready!
All right. Here we go.
That one had some more ass behind it. Definitely a lot louder of a shot.
You good? Did you know it's hot in Arizona? I didn't know that until today, after 3 years living here.
It's not even a hot day.
I know. It just got cold.
Now, black powder guns are very cool in my opinion. Within the modern firearm zeitgeist, they can be kind of seen as boring, antiquated, outdated. I would definitely say they are antiquated and outdated, but they are very fun guns to get into.
This is a good form of milsurf to get into. It's actually cheap, kind of, to buy these things. They're really fun.
And they ship right to your door here in the United States. They are considered not a legal firearm. There's a lot of fun history around black powder guns that I'm very passionate about. I know you may not be really into that, may not be your thing, but if I could equate it to anything within the shooting realm, it may fall into like a more nerdy form of golf. Like I think of long distance shooting as kind of like the golf of gun guys, where really precision, you have to go out to these really big ranges to really stretch the legs. With this, it's a little bit more of the fun stuff, and there's some interesting benefits with if you're big into hunting. There's the black powder hunting and stuff like that. So I think there's a lot of fun things to black powder firearms that make them so exciting, at least to me. Is the Baker next?
All right, now we move on to his little autistic pleasure. You ready for 3?
Ready!
left a little bit of little poop in there, a little poo-poo.
I really wonder if that was the Baker or if they mixed up the order. If that was the Baker, that's like a 6'10", 5'9" projectile, depending on what I ordered. Still a big ball coming at you. That is some very fun stuff. The quietest was by far the Virginia Longrifle. I kind of just whispered through the air. Really interesting experience though. I'm coming out!
It turns out I couldn't hit the British. We're gonna have to change that, I reckons. Do you like my shit kickers? Just for the occasion. Well, how was that?
That was actually really interesting.
Yeah?
That was a real big experience. So you went Virginia Longrifle, Brown BESS, and then the Baker?
Yeah.
Okay. The last one, the Baker actually sounded like it had some real ass behind it.
Really?
The Virginia Longrifle kind of whispered through the air. It was pretty quiet.
Oh, that's weird.
It almost sounded like subsonic. The Brown BESS had some real ass behind it, big projectile. That one kind of, I think, hit like low up over there.
Yeah.
And then the Baker rifle felt pretty like kind of in the same ballpark footing as the Brown BESS.
That's kind of interesting. I mean, the Brown BESS definitely like the loudest report to me. Mm-hmm. I mean, that hang right before it comes down really throws you off because I aimed high.
Yeah.
Because I knew I would drop it a little bit.
Yeah.
But no, the Baker was probably the one that felt like it had the most ass behind it, but the Brown BESS was definitely like the loudest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Very fun to shoot.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
It's really like you know, with history, you're putting a piece of the puzzle together with something like this. Mm-hmm. You know, with a lot of media and shows, like I think of the Patriot, they make like flintlock guns seem kind of anemic, but it's this massive lead projectile screaming at you, which is crazy to think about. Like that felt, I wonder if it almost felt in the ballpark of like a pistol shot.
Maybe.
Like, it didn't have the same report as like the 5.56. The 5.56 was cooking by.
Yeah.
Like it was loud, it felt, you could feel the velocity. These ones definitely felt slower, but they still had a good presence to them, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, well, I mean, in the Patriot too, or movies like that, they kind of make them, like the anemic thing I do see, but like they make them kind of seem like these hyper accurate guns at the same time. I think of like that shot when Mel Gibson's going from tree to tree and just cooking dudes like pinpoint. That takes some practice to get used to. You know?
Does. It does.
I hand you an AR, you're probably on the money way quick. I just couldn't imagine the skill gap there, like learning how to use those.
And to be fair to Mel Gibson's defense, he is, you know, that's like his world that he grew up doing.
Yeah.
He's a veteran of the French and Indian Wars.
Of course.
All they do is shoot these things, and he has rifles.
True.
If he's got the patch around the ball, it's gonna be a little more accurate. We didn't patch any of the balls.
No.
We could try that where we patch them up and see what it sounds like if there's any difference.
I mean, would it though? Like, I don't think it would, but maybe.
Welcome to YouTube, pals, where we find out. I think your shirt came untucked.
I untucked it. It got hemmed up, and I'm like, oh, that's lovely.
There's a vibe we're going for.
You know, it's fine, all right?
We're going for Anglos in the desert, dude.
We woke up this morning like this. We didn't plan this. Someone's got to change.
It wasn't my gay-ass idea. All right, so here's the projectiles that we're shooting. We have the 54 cal. This goes in the Virginia Longrifle. Here's the 75 cal. Well, I think it's a 75. Either way, it goes in the Brown BESS. I may be a little bit off. And then here we have, I believe, a 610 ball that goes inside of the Baker rifle. If I get any of the sizes wrong, I defer to Jester's privilege. All right, now we're gonna load up again with the patch this time and see if there is any real sound difference. Sorry again for my runny nose. The season's changing here in Arizona and they have not been kind to me.
I feel like a boomer woman, and they find loose
Flask.
ammo in their husband's garage. They don't know what's what. That's how I feel right now with this ball ammo.
Yeah.
I get it now.
We're gonna do a rough 60 grains on the Virginia Longrifle, and then we'll try and get to a more combat load. I believe a combat grain load for the Brown BESS is around 100-ish. Typically with the rifles, you need like a starter of some kind. And they become more pain in the ass as you shoot them, become more fouled up.
Yeah, this video might be the reason I get my first black powder.
They're a blast, man. I think they're really fun. Either you just gotta kind of get the Tism for them. Now with the musket, you typically wouldn't wrap a musket ball because the idea is speed under fire, using these in big line formations, and you're trying to get off these massive volleys as quickly as possible, and wrapping the ball takes time. But in this circumstance, we have all the time in the world. We're just making a silly YouTube video, so we'll use one of my Dorito patches, crusty ass Dorito patches, to see if we can't get one wrapped up in there. So fun fact, Austin, I made these patches myself, and I dipped them in Crisco butter, or no, just Crisco, I think. And I think they're kind of drying out. Oh, I forgot to put powder down there. That'd been bad.
Oopsie. That's kind of cool though.
That's the fun thing about black powder, is that it's like such a, oh yeah, you need to lube up your patches.
Such a DIY gun
Just
thing.
Use like butter, use olive oil, use whatever fat or lubricant you have.
Yeah, that's actually sick. I really need to get into this.
It's pretty fun. It's
Yeah,
like borderline.
this is the most fun I've had shooting in a long time.
I will say, I have shot guns all the way from muskets to miniguns. I have a blast shooting black powder every time, dude.
Yeah.
All right. Powdered up, patched musket ball. Unnecessary, but fun. Gun is unprimed. We'll go second in the shooting order for you.
All right.
Last but not least, my favorite, my beloved Baker rifle.
It's my favorite too now.
Dude, this thing is sick as hell.
That's dope. That thing definitely sounded like it had more ass behind it than the others, kinda.
Do you want to be the Sergeant Harper to my Sharp, dude?
Yeah, yeah. I just need the.
You got a little Irish in you?
No.
You have an Irish accent?
I could have an Irish accent there, lad.
Hi,
Maybe
Paddy.
I could do it. I might be not be the best at it, but I could try.
Oh, you're a dirty Paddy.
Hey, you're a dirty Paddy. That's me.
Oh, we're gonna need a starter for this guy, that's for sure. Now, fun fact, militarily wise, Austin, they had this whole procedure, or they would actually prime the gun first, right? Say if you're using a brown BESS, you would tear off the cartridge, prime the gun, and then you would come down and do this part. So they're doing this part with a primed pan at half cock. But for safety, we're gonna do it, this portion unprimed, because I'm gonna be going down range and getting in cover. All right, all guns are loaded with a patch. I'm gonna go get in cover and see what it sounds like.
And I'm going to shoot at him. Yes, I am, lad. Is that a good enough accent?
It's not your best work.
That's unfortunate, lad. Might have to beat you with a case full of bricks. Okay, musket. Baker, Virginia long rifle.
Baker.
Oh, is this a Baker? Whatever, man. Vintage Warfare doesn't know old guns. Water is wet. More at 11. Who's getting into cover very slowly. He silhouettes himself very, very nice. He's a nice, juicy target.
All right, taking cover.
A great, juicy target. I've never done an Irish accent.
All right, so if you're completely new to black powder firearms and you're like, what was that patching? What are you talking about? So with older guns, typically the ball may have been smaller than the diameter of the barrel, which means you need some kind of patching to help grip the grooves inside of the barrel if it's rifled.
He's still talking to the camera. I can hear him. I can hear that dirty French in front of me. Sounds like Napoleon, but gayer.
With a smoothbore musket, you really don't need it. You know, in theory, it could help with eliminating some of that space and gap with how the energy transfers. But with a rifle, it's kind of a must. Also, technically, if you're in a pinch and guys are getting pretty close, you could forego it in theory, but ideally, taking the most accurate shots possible, you're gonna wanna have some kind of patching in the gun.
Are you ready, lad?
I'm ready!
I'm sending her. God, it sounds just...
That was way different. I felt like with that patching, the powder made it fly a little bit faster with the Virginia long rifle. Like before, it kind of whispered by. Now it had a little bit more of a faster whisper by.
The difference is we're launching margarine at him now. I can't believe it's not butter.
Now next we have the patched brown BESS. I am curious to see what this one sounds like compared to the first go around without the patch.
Must butter the biscuits before firing them. I'll never do an Irish accent again after this video. Ready?
Good!
Ooh, that was low. You good?
Good!
That one was a little low. I shot me pants a little bit. I almost killed me dear boy.
Okay, that one definitely has some more juice, it felt like. I think with the patching in there, with how the energy transfers, it's cooking a little bit faster. I feel like there's a clear audible difference. It's not crazy, but they sound like they are moving faster unless I'm myself am going crazy. And to be fair, I am filming a YouTube video where I'm having my buddy, who I've met off the internet, shoot at me with muskets. So there is probably some level of crazy involved. Last Zen, make it count.
You ready for 3?
Ready! Last up, the Baker rifle, my favorite.
Going hot. That one was loud.
They all sounded faster with the patching. fun little experiment to figure out, you know, what does this sound like? I think a lot of times people can speculate, you know, about linear warfare from the era, people fighting with this technology, but getting to actually be out here and hear it for yourself is a really cool experience to me. I'm a big fan of history, and so getting to experience a part of living history that we can recreate in a safe manner as a professional, I think is really important. To be fair, my best class in school was history. Terrible at math. I'm coming out! Is that the best you can do? Is that all you got, you damn Irishman?
Oh, yeah, you bastard. I don't have a rifle, but I'll run at you. Oh, come on, cable guy. Let's go.
I'll bludgeon you with this rock, you bastard!
Why? We have no unification with the Irish. What are you doing?
You papist bastard!
You papist bastard. So how did that feel?
You know, it felt like they were going a lot faster.
From the shooting end of it, I didn't feel a difference.
So from the sound, it felt like they all increased in speed and velocity. Because with that wadding, it's trapping the expansion of gases a little bit better, I think, without them expanding around the balls. So I think they all cooked a little bit quicker. Like the Virginia long rifle stood out. There was more of a crack to it, it felt like, as it flew through the air. It was still very subtle.
Yeah.
The brown BESS and the Baker still had a lot of ass behind them with the size of that ball. The BESS definitely seemed like it, yet again, was the most thuddiest this time. The Baker still had that, but it didn't seem as thuddy as the BESS, I will say.
I mean, from the shooting perspective, I don't think the patches felt different to me, but then again, I don't really shoot a whole lot of black powder. But the Baker definitely just feels the most satisfying to shoot. It also feels like you're nailing whatever you're hitting, you know? The musket just, after shooting that a couple times now, it feels jankier than the others. It kind of shows the difference there.
So yes, there's a reason. That's because the musket is from Veteran Arms, which they're made in India. The Virginia long rifle and the Baker rifle are both made here by a guy named Cash Took Raider out of California. And it's pretty much like artisanal gun craftsmanship. If that makes any sense, where it's like handcrafted, hand-fitted.
I mean, it feels like it.
Yeah, he's been doing it for years, phenomenal triggers in there. So it's gonna feel a lot better than say like a $700 musket from you know, Veteran Arms. So there is that.
No, very cool. The long rifle, it kind of felt the most anemic to me. I mean, it didn't feel like it was more accurate either, which is weird, but
yeah.
I'm also new to shooting black powder for the most part, so.
You gotta think, you know, as far as like the terms go, that thing's kind of like your dad's, you know, Ruger hunting rifle.
Right.
Where it is much more built for not necessarily warfare, but built for like taking a four-legged animal in the game setting. The other guns are much more purpose-driven military rifles of the era, especially the Baker. The Baker is kind of like that advanced of them all. You know, it was very expensive to make. It was like 97 shillings to make compared to like a 15 shilling brown BESS of the era. You know, it still has all the stuff you want. It has a bayonet lug. It's got pretty rugged sights, and it's got you know, sling swivels and patch box in there, so you can have, you know, everything you need while you're on campaign, taking it to the French. Or I guess if you're the War of 1812, I guess fighting the Americans.
Yeah.
Or if you're at the Alamo, you know, I guess fighting the Texans.
Well, it makes sense now that you say that about, you know, that one in particular. Like I could see that being like, you know, hunting rifle for game and all that. It's starting to make sense. It's almost like it's comparable to guns now. You just don't think about it the same.
I think with people today, we have a distorted lens about people that came before us. You know, in some ways they didn't know what they didn't know, but in other ways they were still pretty in tune with technology and working with what they had. So they weren't dumb by any means. Like, they're coming up with fine craftsman rifles for the era. Sure, they don't have self-contained cartridges yet, but still, they're making some pretty cool stuff, pretty accurate stuff. Hell, think about during the Napoleonic Wars, I believe they had like, even before it, the Giardoni air rifle, the Giardoni, where you have like a multiple shot, like a 20-shot magazine, compressed air. I think the Austrians had it. Pretty crazy stuff. Like, they had very advanced guns. The problem is with those advanced flintlocks and other firearms or what other weapons they have, translating that to a military setting and holding up is kind of the hard part.
Yeah.
There is a beautiful nature with the rugged robustness of these kind of guns.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it feels, if it's one word I had to give especially the Baker, man, that feels robust. That's a fun one.
If your bayonet breaks, if you run out of powder, you can at least use it as a club. Now what I want to do is show you a rough accuracy test with these guns. Austin will take the Baker, I'll do the Virginia long rifle and the brown BESS and give you a rough idea. About 60 yards away. Okay. Austin, now you go. Exquisite work, my good man. Exquisite work.
Nice.
Another pinch. Just to make sure she goes off. Last but most certainly not least, the Build Brown BESS. My sight is just a bayonet lug. Whew. We'll see. Let's go check the results. The administrative results. How was that? Was that good?
Yeah, it was great.
Now, yet again, I really want to quickly show you a modern analog. I think I pulled one of my 5.56 shots, so I had to make up for it.
Oh,
Let's see if we got any hits.
I didn't hit shit. Lore accurate. Oh, wait, no.
This might be me, or it might be you.
I don't actually know. I feel like it was you.
With the BESS, you think?
I think so.
I think it might have been you.
Yours was, because I saw mine impact like behind this somewhere. I saw yours go low.
Well, as you can see with these weapons, they definitely lack in the accuracy department. From 60 yards away, it's like, hope I hit them. Modern day rifles, very much easier to get hits where you want them to be despite me pulling a shot. If there's anything to take away from it, it's that I think there's a cool thing with modern firearms that we often take for granted just how good they are compared to older guns. And I know it's kind of like a water is wet, but it's also cool to really see the difference of how much technological disparity there is. And I just think it's fun overall. Gentlemen, I got nothing else for you. Thank you to Austin of Vintage Warfare for coming out and shooting at me. I had a blast. I hope you guys had fun. Got nothing else. Godspeed.
Austin O'Houlihan signing off.